This is Hardy Brute with another run of Cast and Chill. We moved on from Bear Country and headed to the icy cold water. We got the seagulls, the lighthouse, and of course we got Blue. So let's go see what we can catch. Blue is definitely up for a new adventure. Last time we fished and fished and fished and made a ton of cash. Enough to buy this sweet boat. What do you see down there, Blue? And to come to this new location. And those ones almost look like salmon. It's got the right color, the right face. They went straight for our bait. Some tiny fish down there too. This one's pretty strong. Ooh, there's sort of a big one down there. Yeah, this lake is very, very deep. And up and around. And we got the ling cod. A 10-pounder? And look at his wild little mouth. Reason the jig head? I know, Blue, I know. We can catch up to extra large fish with the biggest rod. We'll go back to fishing, Blue. We'll go back to don't you worry. But we can catch some of those really big ones down there now. If we're lucky. But I haven't spotted the king of the lake yet. These bad boys are really big. But I do believe I've seen bigger before. Just the way this guy is turning and moving, you can tell he's a big fish. Slow, deliberate movement. These small fish are worth around 20 coins. The large ones can be worth 20 to 100. And these extra large, big fish here, they could be worth around 200 to 300 if you're really lucky. He's struggling a bit, but he doesn't have a ton of energy. He's just got a lot of weight behind him. Just need to get him closer to the boat. Ooh, there's some sort of orange fish down there too. Yeah, he tuckered himself out. It's a big fish though. 44 pounds. Extra large. That one's gonna be worth a lot. 3 feet, 5 inches. It's a good thing we had the strength to pull it in. So there's one more big one down here. And that's the one we want. If his friend was extra large, he almost went straight up to the boat. This guy is also going to be extra large. He does have bursts of speed though. I would say he's a little bit smaller though. He looks a little bit shorter, but he also looks a bit wider, a bit fatter. So maybe he just grew height in different ways. He's putting up more of a fight though. Definitely has more energy. Still a lot of weight to throw around. And he's been dancing around our boat. Yeah, he finally gave up at the end there. I mean, he was almost touching the lake bed. 51 pounds? Almost 4 feet tall, wow. That's the biggest fish maybe we've ever caught before. So let's head back to shore, buy some new bait, and collect some cash. Luckily, we were very close to the shore. The seagulls are hanging out with us too. 100, 100, and 350. The biggest one is 400. Well, that paid for the trip here already. And so we've seen some new fish, so we can buy some new lures. Deep bobbers, good for American shad. The jig head's good for those ling cods we already caught. Extra large and extra large, wow. I don't think we can catch extra large yet. That's been my mission for a couple of legs. Ooh, the little white ones are making shots? The Atlantic salmon, so I was right. We've caught 4 of the lingcods, Pacific herrings, and the rockfish. But as you can see, it also tells you what kind of bait to use. So we should use spoon baits for the rockfish. Let's make our boat even faster. And store even more fish. And 1 more speed. We just made a ton of cash. We're going a lot faster. We pick up speed and maintain it. Now me and Blue are riding in style. But let's get to the end of the lake. See what else there's to discover. We've only really made it to this lighthouse over here. Ooh, this is a very short lake. I see how it is. It's still very pretty with the reflections. And with the rockfish, this lake is pretty deep. So let's try some of our new lures. Maybe not the jig head, but let's try the floater one. Yeah, the deep bobber. American shad and suspended. We'll have to change our rod to a smaller one. And let's see if we can catch some of the fish that we've seen, but who we're not interested in any of our bait. I like these whitefish here. They're going crazy for it. Not sure if the little whitefish, though, are interested. Yeah, these ones definitely are, though. Smaller fish, they don't put up too much of a fight. American shad, it was a 3-pounder, though. Still a pretty big fish. So let's catch some more. Yeah, they love this bait. That one fish left the group. And he's circling back, yeah. He's not giving up. Blue's checking out what we're doing. He wants to see that fish. Most of the time he's in deep thought, staring off into the sunset. But Blue's always there for us. Another 3-pounder. With the size of our rod, I think we can only catch these small and medium fish. Ooh, we got one of those little white ones interested now. It's a very tiny fish. We just launch him out of the water. He's not even a pound, or a foot long. 11.7 inches. Fishing up the really tiny fish is pretty fun. Because the strength of the rod, they can't put up too much of a fight. Even though they really want to. Just launch them out of the water. American shad, 2-pounders. So let's kind of catch all these little fish here. It really doesn't take too long. The storage on our boat is a lot bigger. Our old rest bucket used to be able to carry like 4 fish. But I think we're up to 12 now. That's less trips back and forth. And more time me and Blue can spend on the lake. This one was really struggling. It's a 3-pounder. That's the biggest one we've caught so far. I really like the super tiny white ones, though. They're dancing around it. The bigger one took it, though. We put up such a strong fight. Just to fly out of the water at the end there. That one's also almost 3 pounds. Another pack of little fish. We've got room for all of you guys. That one was just not even a chance. It's only 4 ounces. The other one was at least 7. I almost feel bad. He didn't even have the strength to move just the metal hook around. He just went straight up. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be a weight or a size limit in this game. So there is no catch and release. A little tiny 3-ouncer. But if there is a boat patrol or river police, we've been souping up our boat. And I think me and Blue could make it on the run. They'll never take us alive. We could just throw our fish at them. Slow them down. At 2 pounds, 6 ounces. We're almost full of fish here. Can only catch a few more. There's still a ton of these little fish here. But they just go so fast. Like, we just whip them around. It's only 5 ounces. Along with the proper fish size, I was also kind of taught not to fish at nighttime or while it's raining, because it kind of gives you an advantage to catch the fish. But it also could have been just because it's less safe, and I was very young at the time. What is this fish doing? He's just circling his prey. He's going for another. He's not even going to go for it. Oh yeah, it moved. He had to get it that time. It's a little baby 5-ouncer. We got space for one more fish. There's still a ton of those little white ones. He's trying to pull the rod. He tried with all of his strength. 6-ouncer. So let's head back to shore. See how much all these fish are worth. So let's sell our catch. 16.20. The little one's only worth 5. And even our super tiny ones are also worth 5, so that's good. And so we didn't make a ton of cash, but we had a lot of fun. Especially flinging those fish around. And so we got 6 of the shads, 6 of the herrings. But we still need to catch the salmon that uses the crankbait, and the rockfish, which uses the spoon bait. And we have both of those from other lakes. So let's head out and try to catch some. We spotted the rockfish kind of near the shore, and the salmon were here in the middle. But let's switch to our biggest rod. The crankbait is for the salmon, and the spoon baits, I think those are for the rockfish. So let's try to catch the salmon first. A different type of salmon than the last 2 or 3 we've caught. The Bear Country had lots of different species there. They're going straight for it. Now that bait shop guy knows what he's talking about. Definitely told us about these spoon baits, and it worked right away. I really like seeing the lighthouse beam from under the water too. That's very cool. But now we're up against the big fish again. And they put up quite a bit of fight. And he's doing really big circles. Ooh, there's all the rockfish right there at the bottom. So we can actually stay right here to try to catch them. This one is going wild. I think one more loop and he's probably going to be done though. He's pulling away, but very slowly. Some rockfish to the right too. There's a ton of rockfish in this lake. And you can see he burned all of his energy off. He's all tuckered out. Now that's okay, buddy. The end is nigh. Quite the tall fish. 45 pounds, wow. 4 feet? I did not think that fish was that big. That's probably bigger than Blue. So we just missed that fish over there. So let's turn our boat around. I know Blue, I know Blue. We pulled out our bait with no fish. But I'll do better. This time. We just passed the fish again. Ooh, but he can see it this time. He can feel it. And there's another salmon over there to the right. There's quite a few salmon left. And this way, Blue can keep an eye on it. Blue, are you watching? There's an actual fish here this time, Blue. I did it. I did it for you, Blue. Can't you see how I struggle? I know you're watching me. It's the fish, Blue. It's the fish. This fish has quite a bit of pull on him. He kind of does whatever he wants with our hook. Big jump out of the water. It's gonna be one little small circle back up. Nah, he decided against it. Really wants to pop out again. Yeah, he likes jumping out the water. But this is the real jump. Thanks, Blue. I needed this. 27 pounders. It's almost half the size of the last one. Yeah, but he almost put up more of a fight. So let's go catch that fish that was going on the side here. There's definitely at least a couple more salmon here. With the rockfish on the side down here. And our friend finally showed up. He was taking his time. And he is not interested in our bait. Nah, he's just playing coy. He's swimming straight down now. Is he come back? So I'm not sure where that fish went. But his friend did come along. And took the bait that he could not. Some say that fish is still swimming down. Into the depths. This one has a lot of pull, a lot of turn strength. But not a lot of forward momentum. Kinda does a bunch of little turns. But he hasn't made it a great distance yet. At least up till this point. He is getting full of himself here. But now he's aimed right at the boat. Just gotta sneak him in. And he turned at the last moment. Ooh, he's going down. He's looking for his friend. And that was so close right there. Hopefully these rockfish don't have as much pull. Get a little hop. And a big hop out of the ocean. Blue was watching right at the end too. 42 pounder. And that's just shy of our 45-pound one. So let's switch the bait. Let's go after some of those rockfish. Blue was looking straight down. I bet he could see some orange down there. So we gotta sink our bait all the way to the bottom. And try and catch these rockfish. Oh, they are very excited. Usually they stay down at the bottom. They don't come to the surface very often. So they may not be used to being pulled around. Say 10-pounder. Look at his big eye too. That is a fish right there. So let's catch some more. Most of these seem on the medium to large size. Around the 10 to 15 pounders. And they are not used to the surface. It's only a 5-pounder there. Still considered large though. This is almost as easy as getting the guppies. That's a big one there though. Man, he stole it, yeah. Now this one should be a fight. The rockfish usually hang out at the bottom, have a big burst of energy to cover themselves in sand, and then they don't move a lot after that. They scavenge the floor looking for what's dropped, what comes from the surface. So they're not quite used to the upper depths. Even this big boy here, he's kind of just lumbering back and forth. He's already tuckered out. I bet the rockfish is going to be pretty tasty though. He's barely even able to turn. He's got the energy to turn, but not to move forward afterwards. Yeah, it's okay, buddy. It's over now. This fish was only 23 pounds, and it was still classified as an extra large. Must be 20 or above. When you look at your little fish book, it does give you the ranges for large, extra large, even the small fish. There's one more big one down here I'd like to catch, but it's going to be a fight between the small and the big one. The clash of the beasts. And the large ones took it. We have a winner. You get to become dinner. Bet that small fish is feeling pretty smug right now. Watching his old rival whip around stuck in a line, he's got no chance. He does have some big pull though. But he's already lumbering around. He's not even turning anymore, really. Unless we pull the line very hard. That's when it forces him to turn. He's very slow, but he's making his way to the surface. Right next to blue. 3 feet, 23 pounds, another extra large fish. So let's turn our fish in, see how much cash we made. $4.50 for the extra large salmon 45 pounders. All of these salmons were worth a ton of cash. Rockfish were a bit smaller, $2.25, $1.50. Biggest one being 26 pounds, 260 coins. So we got $3K in cash. And while we didn't see a king of the lake, we did see some 45-pound fish, which are as big as the king of the lake fishes we've caught before. There were just multiple ones here. So let's just catch these last few rockfish right next to the dock before we move on to the new area. These ones are pretty tiny rockfish, only 5-pounders. But we explored most of this lake. It's not very wide, it is very deep, but it didn't seem like there was a hidden monster so far. Lots of large fish, even this 6-pounder one. We made at least 4,000 coins. The first 1,000 we used in our boat. Blue is interested. He knows this is our last fish. He's getting angsty. This one's got a lot of gumption. I know, Blue, I know. But I'm trying my best. We whipped that one out. 17-pounder, that's pretty good. And so let's turn in our fish. Spend a bit of the cash. And unlock the next area. 50, 60, and 170 last one. The old wreck. 1700. It's got stories buried in the deep. Drop a line, but keep one eye on the waves. See, he's always looking out for us. Even when we give him a bunch of cash. He's still got a little bit extra to do. And let's max out the rest of our rods. Increase the strength. So now when we catch small and medium fish, we can overpower them even more. Upgrade the motor. And upgrade the storage. And carry up to 14 fish, 12 miles per hour. And let's go to the final area. As you can see, there's still 3 more dots, but I'm not sure those are actually in the game yet. But let's go to the old wreck. This looks awesome. Like an old sea town. Big old mountain in the background. So just by getting to the final zone, we've unlocked any more boat parts. Doesn't seem like there's any more rods. We've got max length, max strength, and there's aren't any more licenses at the moment. So we still have this whole area to explore, and I can try to catch the kingfish of the previous lakes. But look how cool the clouds look. This place looks awesome. And we can progress the time, take a little nap on the boat, while Blue is awake the entire time. This looks so cool with the clouds. Well, I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see more, let me know. I'll probably at least make one more of these. So I'll see you later.